What if the secret to happiness isn't about being better than everyone else, but about being the best version of yourself? Meet Arjun, a young boy who learned this life-changing lesson in the most unexpected way. His story will make you rethink how you see your own journey. Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village, there lived a young boy named Arjun. Arjun was kind-hearted and hardworking, but he had one habit that made him unhappy. He constantly compared himself to others. Whenever he saw his friend Rohan, who was excellent at studies, he thought, why can't I be as smart as him? When he saw his neighbor Mira, who was a talented artist, he sighed, I wish I could paint like her. Even when he watched the village athletes run, he thought, I'll never be as fast as them. Day by day, Arjun's confidence faded. He felt like he was never good enough. His studies suffered, and he lost interest in the things he once enjoyed. His heart was heavy with disappointment. One day, an old wise man visited the village. He was known for his profound wisdom and ability to guide people toward happiness. Arjun decided to seek his advice. He approached the wise man and said, Guruji, I work hard, but I always feel like I'm not good enough. Whenever I see someone better than me, I feel sad. How can I stop comparing myself to others? The wise man smiled gently and said, Meet me at the riverbank tomorrow at sunrise. Your answer awaits there. The next morning, Arjun arrived at the riverbank. The wise man was already there, sitting under a large banyan tree. He pointed to the river and said, Look closely at the water. What do you see? Arjun replied, I see the river flowing, Guruji. It's calm and steady. The wise man then picked up a leaf and dropped it into the water. Watch the leaf, he said. Does it struggle to flow with the river? Arjun shook his head. No, it moves effortlessly. The wise man smiled. Just like this leaf, every person has their own path. The river doesn't force the leaf to go faster or slower. It simply lets it flow. Similarly, you must flow with your own journey without comparing it to others. Arjun thought for a moment and said, But Guruji, how can I stop feeling like I'm not good enough? The wise man pointed to a nearby garden. Look at these flowers. The rose is beautiful, the sunflower is bright, and the lotus is serene. Do they compete with each other? No. Each flower blooms in its own time and in its own way. The garden is beautiful because of their differences, not in spite of them. Arjun's eyes widened as he began to understand. So I should focus on my own strengths instead of comparing myself to others? The wise man nodded. Exactly. You have unique gifts that no one else has. When you stop comparing and start appreciating yourself, you'll find true happiness and success. From that day on, Arjun stopped comparing himself to others. He focused on his studies, his hobbies, and his passions. Slowly, he began to see his own worth. Years later, Arjun became a successful teacher in the village, known for his wisdom and kindness. Whenever someone asked him the secret to his happiness, he would say, Don't waste your time trying to be like someone else. You are unique and your journey is yours alone. Just like the river flows and the flowers bloom, you too will find your way. Focus on your strengths, work hard, and let your own light shine. And so, Arjun lived a life full of joy, inspiring others to embrace their own paths and celebrate their individuality.